Charlottesville to Washington, D.C. That's where you need to put all of your attention. And now look at how the Washington Post covered this. Okay, so the Washington Post did cover all of the conflict between Antifa and the police, but here's how they covered it. This is legitimately what they tweeted. Confusion over an enormous police presence turned into anger Saturday night in Charlottesville as hundreds of protesters marched through the streets, growing angry at police and calling for an end to white supremacy. Okay, that's not what happened. The police were there to protect all of the protesters, and then the protesters started shouting about how all the cops were racist. But listen to how the Washington Post frames this. They framed it as these evil fascist police trying to shut down the protest, and then it turned into anger because the police were the aggressors. That's what that tweet actually says. Confusion over an enormous police presence turned into anger Saturday. It wasn't confusion. They hate cops, and they were ripping on cops and trying to hurt cops. That's all. That's all. And the Washington Post continued along these lines, right? I mean, the Washington Post had an entire tweet thread talking about exactly this. And they also added, protesters gathered where a year ago white supremacists had shouted anti-Semitic slogans and carried torches and chanted slogans against the police, against white supremacy and the University of Virginia. Look what change they were bringing. Just a year ago, those alt-right fascists were there being terrible people, but now you have these peaceful Antifa crowds who all they do is attack cops and try to attack media members, that's all. They say many protesters called the police's actions on Saturday a provocation, another symbol of the over-policing of America, and started chanting at the officers who were holding shields and wearing helmets. How dare they? How dare they, the police? And then people wonder why we don't take the media seriously. They wonder why we think the media are a joke. Okay, in just a second, I'm going to show you how much of a joke the media are. But first, you're going to have to go over to dailywire.com and subscribe. For $9.99 a month, you get to subscribe at dailywire.com. When you do, you get the rest of this show live. You get the rest of Klavan's show live, the rest of Michael Knowles' show live. You also get the benefit with an annual subscription of this, the very greatest in beverage vessels. Check this little baby out right here. This leftist tears hot or cold tumbler. You will love it. You will enjoy it. You will be refreshed by the tears themselves. It is fantastic. Also, go check us out at YouTube or iTunes. Please subscribe. Please leave us a review. When you become a member, by the way, you also get first crack at VIP tickets. We have events coming up this week, live events in Dallas and Phoenix. Those are only the beginning. We will take the United States by storm. And you can have a VIP ticket, or at least first crack at a VIP ticket, when you get a membership over at dailywire.com. It also helps us bring you the show. It helps us keep all of our folks employed and all the rest of it. So go check that out. Please subscribe at YouTube or iTunes. We have a Sunday special out with Ty Lopez last Sunday. We have a big one coming up next Sunday as well. Big guest that I will not name now, but is awesome. Go check that out. We're the largest, fastest growing conservative podcast in the nation.